Hello everybody. My name is jCaedeus if you don't have the time, and this is a little introductory thing to jCaedeus Reads, Fault Milestone 1. Just want to say that this is kind of a filler, I guess. I'll be playing some visual novels in between episodes of Mostly Crackers, so if you're here for Mostly Crackers and nothing else, then you can leave now, but if you want to see Fault Milestone 1 and just hear my voice read things, then you can go ahead and stay. Let's get on with this, shall we? Hello everybody! Welcome to jCaedeus Reads, Fault Milestone 1. This is a visual novel thingamajig about two ladies going on an adventure. So I spent some time making sure I was going to pronounce things right in the encyclopedia. I know a little bit about this game, but nothing past chapter 1. Alright, so let us start reading this visual novel, I guess. Let's do that. In a time of yore, humankind had discovered mana. Humankind also utilized this mana from the land to craft and create any and all. The art of manifesting mana was known as Monacraft, and Monacrafters were the ones known to use Monacraft. For examples, a hunter could use something called Pyrocraft to cook and kill their catch or quarry. There also existed Monocraft which were hereditary, unique only to certain individuals. The Path Down. The Path Down uses mana as a medium to transfer memories and experiences from the present ruler to the future heir of the throne. Humankind deemed those in possession of hereditary Monocraft to be monarchs, and the Path Down was used to spread knowledge from one generation to the next of monarchy. And centuries ago, the period of exploration began. Even the great seas were no match for the ambitions of the Monocraft monarchies. The research for Monocraft for large-scale warfare exploded, fueled by conquest. The lust of conquest. Many reasons drew many kingdoms into this struggle for power. But now, in the present day, a form of communication known as Comcraft has been created. People were no longer restricted by the pace of couriers or any written messages. Long-distance communication became accessible to the masses. Education and knowledge were abundant to the world. Enlightenment was abundant as well in this new era ushered forth by Comcraft. Ruzenhide, renowned pacifist kingdom, further prevailed from Comcraft's convenience. For 9 generations it has been kept great. Tragedy ultimately ended the peace established over 60 years ago. Welcome to Ruzenhide. Chapter 1. Galvanize. Our setting is Ruzenhide Castle, the Great Hall to the Sky Terrace. As sparks shot and flames spread throughout the Great Hall, a small shadow ascended the spiral staircase to the Sky Terrace. I am the one who's reached the top of the castle first. A girl, who appeared no older than a child, spearheaded the assault on Ruzenhide Castle, and was the first to arrive at the highest point of its keep, Sky Terrace. The girl, alert and aware, struck a defensive pose and quickly scanned her surroundings. She held her breath as she surveyed the terrace. Prior to the assault, the girl's party had received intelligence that the Sky Terrace was unguarded, and that the object of their pursuit was secluded in the terrace. Inheritor of the fabled path down Monocroft, an heiress to the throne, reveal yourself, Princess Selphine Rosenhide. You know there's no escaping from this. The girl's shout reverberated throughout the empty terrace. There was no response to the girl's command, but she maintained her guard. Despite her appearance, the girl was an experienced hunter. She moved towards the center of the sky terrace, her short stature producing silent steps, precise and without waste. She has to be here. Somewhere. With nothing in sight, the girl began to question the credibility of their intel. Doubt overtook her, and she put her hand to her right ear and spoke aloud. Hey, Sion, can you hear me? If you can hear me, respond. Guess she's still preoccupied. Our intel was wrong. The target's not here. Nobody's here. The girl relaxed her guard and took a long, deep breath. The girl proceeded further into the sky terrace, towards the balcony. There was a solid wood dining table at the end, or at the center of the balcony, which overlooked the castle town below. A beautiful embroidery was draped over the table, and there were several large dining chairs pushed underneath, each constructed from solid wood and handcrafted with impeccable detail. The table and all of its amenities were works of art. Every object, from the dining table to the decorations strategically placed throughout the sky terrace, were screaming of wealth. Perhaps overcome with envy, the girl proceeded to correct a toppled dining chair at the head of the table and nonchalantly plopped herself into the seat. A strange sensation shot through her small frame, a sensation that could only be described as one of grandeur. At the head of the table, overlooking the castle town below, sat the girl. Her upbringing, a complete contrast to the seat's prior occupants, or previous occupants. The absurdity of this situation delighted her. Slam! The uncouth commoner placed her boots onto the now soiled embroidery covering the table, lounged back into the dining chair, and relaxed her eyes. Whose seat was the girl sitting in? Who could be so fortunate to be born into such privilege? To be allowed a seat this grand? These trivial thoughts bounced around in the girl's mind. The owner of the chair was of little significance, because they had since abandoned the chair, fleeing in fear for their life as the castle came under siege. Royalty. If I could eat on a table like this every day, I'd feel right and royal too. The girl peered down onto the castle town from the balcony and saw the streets engulfed in flames. Beautiful, the town's just glowing. After her sarcastic soliloquy, the girl noticed something as she left her seat. Another girl stood at the entrance from where the first had entered. Mistress Mari. The girl addressed as Mari responded to her subordinate's greeting with a special gesture of acknowledgement, the impassive wave of the hand. You enjoy sitting seat, Coco? Asked Mari to her compatriot, Coco, in a deadpan, almost intelligible manner of speech. Not at all, mistress. Mistress Mari never appears unnerved by anything we do, Coco silently thought to herself. Coco's compatriot apparent, Mari, appeared no older than Coco herself, graced with a youthful look, but stunted with a child's height. While Coco appeared overtly belligerent, Mari appeared to exude an aura of harmlessness at first glance. However, her foes were also deceived by her aura of harmlessness. The hem of Mari's cloak was dyed from black to damp crimson with victim's blood. I'm surprised you made it out here without tearing the hem. Mari tilted her head at Coco's comment, puzzled. An ethereal question mark seemed to be floating over her head. Coco made no sense. Why ruin a good cloak? No reason, no rush. No rush? If you didn't notice, everything's on fire. That's plenty of reason to rush. Thick smoke and the stench of blood polluted the air. Shrieks and explosions echoed throughout Rosenhad Castle. Even though Mari was in the center of the destruction, she was deaf to the orchestra of oblivion in the background. Task near completion, no rush. You have a point, but Coco was at a loss for words by Mari's simple retort. Target where? Oh, right, the target. Doesn't look like she's here. I guess Sion was misinformed. Sion, reliable. Even Sion, wrong. We obey sister's borders. You mean orders. Orders. This was normal. Mari often communicated through expressions and gestures rather than words. Mari's mannerisms were simple, frank, and left little room for interpretation. Where else could they be? I'm pretty sure we made a thorough sweep. Plan B. Search and destroy? This'll take a while. I'm gonna go crazy from searching the whole keep. Funny. Coco made a distraught face at the thought of a Plan B, a sight that seemed to entertain Mari. Mari took slight joy in seeing Coco's distraught expression. Sure, laugh it up. Plan B it is. Let's split up and do a thorough trek of the east and west wings. I'll take the east wing. What's wrong? Recall shadow soldiers for escort? I'll be fine without them. My 150 shadow soldiers have already decimated most of the warriors of Rosenhide. So I'm not counting on encountering anyone here. What's the matter, mistress? Don't let overconfidence cloud your judgment, stated Mari in a soft voice, her words connected and well-formed. Everything's gone according to Sister's design so far, but you may ultimately need those 150 shade soldiers. Understood, stuttered Coco, standing up straight like a student before a teacher. It's never bad to expect the unexpected. That's all I meant. Yeah, scary. I didn't expect to hear a safety lecture from her. Bystanders could never comprehend the force behind Mari's change in speech. Mari would speak more plainly and simply about things she felt strongly about. A difficult task for someone with a speech impediment. Logical, seeing that she only just recently began remembering her vocabulary. Even with her limited vocabulary and the lack of situational awareness, Mari was in no way unintelligent. Coco, Mari's subordinate and partner, understood this. As they split up, a voice rang out in Coco's right ear. Coco, can you hear me? Yes, Sion, I can hear you. So how are things on your end? They all dead yet? I flooded and sealed the first, second, and third floors with my mana, so yeah, they're all dead. And unless their reinforcements start raining from the sky or something, there's no way they're going to breach the gate to the keep. But get a load of this. I've just finished offing these two guards, right? Seriously, they were total pushovers. And I think I'd get more of a thrill from killing these snoozers in my sleep. Says the person who volunteered to guard the rear. If you wanted action, you should have taken the lead. So, how are things going on your end? Fine, change the topic. That reminds me, you've got some explaining to do, Sion. You said that the princess was in the Sky Terrace, but she's not here. Huh? She has to be there. If you've checked the balcony already, then scour the place until you find her. I already know already, alright? I'm gonna be sore from all this tomorrow. A thorough sweep of the terrace won't kill you, youngin'. Says you, Sion. Ugh, why don't you come up here instead? Stop wasting your time and get going, Coco. Finish this already. Oh, lay off, bitch. I gotta admit, knocking this nation off its foundation took a lot less effort than I imagined. I know what you mean. An indestructible reputation of Rosenheide just didn't live up to reality, did it? Some symbol of the Monocrafters Alliance, huh? The fact that Mistress Milano took an active role in this attack probably had a lot to do with how easy it was. If I had to guess, oh, who really cares? The Mistress is so unorthodox, and I have no idea what she's thinking about doing this. Have some faith in her, Sion. It's not like Mistress Milano could have done this on her own without us. Actually, I personally think she could have single-handedly destroyed Rosenheide without us. If I had to describe the Mistress in one word, it would be shrewd. You've got a point. Alright, then I'm going to secure and seal the remaining floors now. I hope you find the target soon. Sion out. Coco out. Mistress Mari and Sion. Oh, they make everything sound so simple. Am I the only one who's feeling a little worried right now? Killjoys, the both of them. I was doing just fine without them, too. As Coco turned to make her way back to the Sky Terrace, a flash of light shot out from the corner of the east wing. Well, that's all I have for the first episode of the inaugural episode of jCaedeus Reads. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, give it a dislike it. If you disliked it, leave a comment in the boxes below just saying what you thought. And, well, we will address that cliffhanger next time. Till then, I'll see you later, I guess.